So we multiply the top and the bottom by the square root of 2. All right, so that means I've got 5 square root of 6 on top and 2 on the bottom, right? Everybody good there? Okay, so that's it. We're done. Nice and easy. All right, so outside times outside, negative 30, square root of 84. Okay, so we've got to check out the 84. So 2 and 42, 2 and 21, 3 and 7. What gets to come out? The 2 gets to come out. There's already a negative 30, so we've got negative 60 square root of what? Of what? You were right there.
21.
21. That's it. We good? If you need to move forward to see better, y'all are welcome to. Okay, because I see some of y'all squinting. All right, so we're adding and subtracting on this one. We've got to simplify all these. I may have gotten a little overzealous there. 4, 3, 2, and 2. So a 2 comes out, so that's negative 4 square root of 3. All right, 24, I've got 8 and 3, 4 and 2, 2 and 2. So a 2 comes out. That multiplies with the negative 5. So let me write that down lower. Minus 10 square root of 6, right? Okay. And then, I shouldn't have written on that. 9 and 7. So 3 and 3. So a 3 comes out. So plus 3 square root of 7. Nothing combines. That's your answer. Okay. Oh, I missed it. Thank you. I missed it. 21. You are absolutely right. My bad. Thank you. Okay. 4, 5, and 6 kind of lead into the ones that were the last 2 on your homework. And so that's why they're here. So 720, I've got 72 and 10. I've got 9 and 8, 3 and 3, 4 and 2. So, and 2 and 5. All right. So there's all my factors. So I've got a 3 that gets to come out. I've got a 2 that gets to come out. Oh, and that one there. So then we have another 2 that gets to come out. And we're left with a 5 inside. I just scooted over in case there are letters that get to come out. Now, we're back to that understood 2 right here. So we have to have pairs of letters come out, right? Okay. So we've got 3 X's. How many pairs are in those 3 X's? 1. So 1 X gets to come out. What's left over? 1 is left in. Okay. On our Y's, how many pairs do we have? We have 1, 2, so Y squared. And were any left over? No. All right, so let's clean this up. 3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12. X, Y squared, square root of 5X. Okay. Does that ring a bell, hopefully, from last year a little bit? Ranger, have you seen radicals with variables under it? Okay. All right. So 96. 8 and 12. 4 and 2. 2 and 2. 12. 3 and 4, 2 and 2, and 3. All right, so I've got a pair of 2s and another pair of 2s. Okay, and I have a 3 left over. All right, how many pairs of X's? 3. Were there any left over? No. How many pairs of Y's? 1. And were there any left over? How many? 1. So we've got 4x cubed y square root of 3y. We good? Okay. All right. Now, 225. 15 and 15, right? 3 and 5, and 5 and 3. So I have a pair of 5s. I have a pair of 3s. Okay. How many pairs of X's come out? 3. Okay, we used up all our numbers. Were there any X's left over? How many? 1. Good. Do we have a pair of Y's to come out? We do. How many? 1. Were there any left over? Okay. How many pairs of Z's? 5. Were there any left over? Okay. So we've got 15 x cubed y z to the 5th square root of x. Okay. So today, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Because there's a leftover 3 and a leftover 2, right?
There is. You are absolutely right. Thank you for catching that. If I don't notice you raising your hand, please holler out so I catch it. Okay?
I also have another question.
Yes, sir.
If there's 2 of anything when you simplify, would you like circle them and multiply?
And it comes out. Yes.
If there's 2 4s.
Okay, but we simplified those down. They weren't at the ends of the branches. Each 4 went to a 2 and 2. Now, that brings up that point that I think I told you the other day. If you see that you have 2 4s, you could have stopped there and just written a 4. Okay? So that's fine. All right. Good questions. So you're going to hang on to your composition book. And I want, y'all are good enough. Start at the top in the cart back there and start on the top shelf is what I'm trying to say. Get your computers, sit down and log into Delta Math. There's an assignment waiting for you. And then when you're done, obviously, please make sure that they're plugged back in. I'm starting to have. Oh, I forgot about these. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm scattered this morning. Okay, check your homework real quick, but hang on to your composition book. Yes, we will go over them. Okay, so number 2 is square root of 2 over 5. Number 3, square root of 3 over 5. Number 4, square root of 2 over 3. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. 2 square root of 3 over 15. Did I say the other 2 right? Okay. Number 8 is square root of 6 over 6. Number 10 is square root of 6 over 6y. And number 12 was kind of a doozy. 3n square root of 10n plus 2 square root of 5n all over 10. So you want me to work 10 and 12? Okay.
I think I missed something on number 4. So I just can't figure out what it is.
Okay. All right. So we'll do 4, 10, and 12. All right. All right, so number 4, 3 square root of 20 over 2 square root of 4. Okay, well, the square root of 4 is what? 2. Okay, so I'm going to cross that out, and that's a 4. All right, so that means I need to simplify the square root of 20. So I've got 3, that's 4 and 5, 2 and 2. So I multiply by 2, so that's really 6 square root of 5 over 4, right? And then 2 goes into each of those, so it ends up being 3 square root of 5 over 2. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Number 10. Okay. Square root 15xy over 3 square root 10xy cubed. Okay. 15 goes to 5 and 3. There are no pairs of x's or y's, so the top stays. Now, 10 is not going to change, but I can bring a pair of y's out. So I've got 3y square root of 10x. Are we good there? Okay. All right. Now, so I need to multiply by 3y square root of 10x. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So 3y square root of 10xy. Okay. So 3y times 3y.
I was trying to figure out why the law was behind
X.
me in front of the radical equation.
Because there was 3 of them and we pulled a pair out. Okay. All right. So we've got, start at the top. 3y square root of 150 x squared y squared. Are we good there? Okay. And then we've got 3y times 3y is 9y squared. Okay. And then times 10xy, right? Everybody good there? Okay. All right. So I'm going to cancel a little bit here. 3y goes to a 1. 3 goes into 9 3 times, and then the y and the y squared goes to just y. So, and I need to simplify this, but so I've got 3y times, and I'm not done yet. Okay. So 150. We've got 15 and 10, 5 and 3, 5 and 2. So a 5 gets to come out, and we have a 6 underneath. Okay. So I've got 1 pair of x's, and I've got 1 pair of y's, right? All right. Now, so the x and the y and the x and the y cancel. All right. You can either look at this as 5 over 30, or I can say 5 goes into 10 2 times, and then I still get my 6 on the bottom, my 6y. Okay. And then I'm left with the square root of 6 on top. It's a whole bunch of just little minute steps. Okay, does that make sense? Okay,
So you have 30 on the bottom, 30 wide.
right.
And then 5 divided by 6. And then the back.
30 xy squared. So 5 goes into 30 6 times. The x's cancel and one of the y's cancel. So yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. So let's look at number 12 real quick. Okay, so we've got 3n squared plus 2 square root of 2n squared over square root of 10n. Okay, so I've got to multiply the top and the bottom by that radical, square root of 10n. Okay, so on the bottom, I have 10n. All right, now, so I've got 3n squared, square root of 10n, plus square root of 20n cubed. Are we good with that? Okay. Now, so we need to simplify this one. So I've got 3n squared, square root of 10n. Okay, so plus, and I'm over 10n. All right, so 20 goes to 4 and 5, 2 and 2. So that's 2 square root of 5. And then we've got 3 n's, so we have one pair, and we have one left over. Does that make sense? Okay. So the last thing we need to do is there a common factor that I can pull out of these two from 3n and 2n? They both, 3 and 2, there's no number I can pull out. But we have 2 n's on the first one and then we have 1 on the second, right? So we can pull 1 n out. Does that make sense? Remember factoring like that, pulling the GCF? Maybe, maybe not.
Pulling it out.
Mm-hmm. We're looking at only the top. Okay. This would be like we had 3x squared plus 2x. And I asked you what the GCF was?
Did you just combine it?
Maybe. I'm not sure where you're going with that.
Combine the X's.
Well, I can't because this one's squared and this one's not.
Oh, we should have bought it.
So we'll unbox it, but not quite. Okay, so that's what, let's focus on this one and then we'll apply it to that one because this one looks scary. Okay, so I can't pull a number out, but I can pull an x out of both terms, right? I can pull 1x. Okay, and then I have 3x plus 2. Does that make sense? Would this multiply to give me that? Okay. So now instead of a nice friendly x, it's a square root of something. Okay. Well, I guess really it's just an n. Okay. But the square roots aren't the same, so we can't do anything with those anyway. All right. But we can pull an n from here and an n from here. So this is n times 3n square root of 10, n, plus 2 square root of 5n over 10n. Now, what cancels on what's outside the parentheses? The n cancels, right? Okay, so that's how they got 3n square root of 10n plus 2 square root of 5n over 10. I know that one's a little twisted. That one, we hadn't done enough to get you ready for that one. Okay, I'm not going to quiz or test you on something like that. Okay, all right. Okay, so set this aside. Go get your computers. And 18, 43, 28. We've got about 20 minutes.
Where's my open?
It's right over here. Are you okay, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. You can read it today. Not that. Must close. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm gonna have to switch out of my old class and this one.
Did I not do that on Google Class? Oh, I may not have done it on. Okay, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Or I think I can. Tools, manage. Thank you for reminding me. Which one were you in, darling?
Sixth period.
Sixth. Okay. Can I go there? No, don't want to edit the name. How am I going to do that? Edit. Don't log in quite yet, Riley Gonzalez. I'm moving you right now. There we go. Save. Okay. You may, if you're already in, you may have to log out and log back in. I'm not sure. Okay. All right. So hopefully that will work. And do I? Look, answer your own question. I do. Okay.
Ms. Jennifer,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you want us to do? Do you want to do it on the
I want- Yeah. Yeah. And then, like I said, when we get to the end of the book, we'll flip over and start writing on the backs from the back.
Okay.
I know that may be kind of weird, but that's what we're gonna do. That's all right. They bounce pretty well. That's all right. Okay.
Yes. Okay, she's on my road too. 50. So I was wondering, you would want something She was here yesterday. Well, I know that she's still on my road, and I was wondering if you had her on the road too.
Sometimes someone send me nothing.
Well, I'll double check. Let me double check, but
Let's see. Wrong class. I do have it.
you do have her on the grade.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all we need.
Okay, thank you.
I'll look up.